The 2022-2023 Year of Toastmasters is being celebrated as the Year of the Manticore here in Dungeons & Toast. Set within the Forgotten Realms, the Lost Lair of the Manticore represents a year-long collaborative role-playing campaign in which members are encouraged to create a character to play over the course of the coming year. For example, the character I have chosen to play this year is Kiki, an animal handler and costume designer within the Witchlight Carnival, a magical traveling circus within the Forgotten Realms. She has difficulty making up her mind and a penchant for sparkly costumes. Characters will begin at first level and have the potential to grow to 10th level by participating in various Toastmasters and guild-specific activities called quests. There are 3 types of quests to pursue, including education, service, and spirit. Education quests include delivering your first speech here at Dungeons & Toast, granting Pathways Awards to the Guild, attending officer training, and the penultimate Toastmasters distinction, achieving a Distinguished Toastmaster Award. Service quests represent efforts that go above and beyond to add to the educational and entertainment experience of members and include such quests as serving 6 months as an officer, bringing a guest to a meeting, or renewing your dues early. Spirit quests represent efforts to fully engage with those elements that set us apart from other Toastmasters clubs. These quests include competing in our annual verbal joust, filling out your website profile, leading or attending an out-of-guild raid, or wearing Dungeons & Toast gear or a costume to a meeting. There's even a special spirit quest for delivering a speech that contributes to the Manticore campaign narrative, as the speeches delivered by Greg and Andrew did this evening. Finally, while not quests per se, signing up and filling various meeting roles will also earn your character experience. Meeting roles are grouped into tiers. More difficult roles, or those requiring greater preparation, grant more XP. Tier 1 roles grant 15 XP and include Table Topics Master, Speaker, and Game Master, a new role I'll talk about in a bit. Tier 2 roles grant 10 XP and include Grand Inquisitor, Speech Evaluator, and Toastmaster of the Day. Tier 3 roles grant 5 XP and include Cleric of Rhetoric, Sorcerer of Time, and Wizard of Oz. Simply attending a meeting without filling a role is still worth 1 XP, and you can earn a bonus of 1 XP by delivering a table topic or by wearing a Dungeons & Toast shirt or costume. And beginning this month, the members-only Dungeons & Toast shirt shop includes a new Manticore theme design to add to your inventory, and that counts toward the spirit quest for wearing D&T gear. You might recall earlier when I mentioned the meeting role Game Master. This is actually a new role we've added for the Year of the Manticore. It occupies the same meeting slot as a prepared speech and is intended to allow players and GMs to share knowledge about specific mechanics of their favorite systems. Not sure how to land a spell against a magically resistant satyr? Wondering which part of the beholder is best for a grapple? Unsure what Thaco is? Hey, me too. The Game Master meeting role will tackle mechanics such as these, hopefully not Thaco, to help new and experienced players alike. You may be wondering what you can do with your XP. XP earned over time will grant you character levels, beginning at level 1 and reaching a maximum of level 10. But you can also choose to spend your XP on a number of wondrous magical items that will aid you during the campaign. Spend 50 XP to purchase any of these fabulous items from our magic shop, each of which was created in honor of one of the past or present officers. Do you frequently find yourself at a loss for words when rolling diplomacy checks against ogres? Consider Michael Cohen's Lexicon of Similitude, an intelligent thesaurus that will generously offer needlessly labyrinthine words to befuddle your foes. Find your pockets are a little light of late? Purchase Michael Hovermail's familiar Princess Leia, a snow-feathered chicken that has a 1 in 10 chance to lay a golden egg. And if you're feeling the need for a sugar rush, consume a few bites of Jeremy's stolen sweet roll, guaranteed to console anyone recovering from an arrow to the knee. Any one of these items would make an excellent plot point with a campaign-related story just waiting to be told. Are you new to role-playing? Don't worry. We're going to have a number of Forgotten Realms 5th edition games oriented toward new players and some new GMs. These games will be level appropriate and designed to help you flesh out how your Year of the Manticore character interacts with other characters within the guild. The first Forgotten Realms adventure is planned for later this month and will be set within the magical traveling carnival from Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So how can you get started? Just by attending tonight's meeting, you will be awarded XP and are well on your way to reaching level 2, which requires just 40 XP. Whoever performs the Table Topics Master role next week will earn 15 more XP, while anyone who signs up to GM for game night at the end of the month will earn 25. And for our very welcome guests this evening, you can get started with just 10 XP for joining. Act now while supplies last. I'm just kidding, we have lots of points. To track all of these changes, I have added a number of fun new features to the website. When you log in, you should see a new XP bar reflecting your progress through the current level, appearing just under the main menu and visible throughout the site. All the online campaign materials have been organized into their own drop-down menu labeled Campaign and featuring a little Manticore cub. These menu options include a description of the mechanics I've shared with you tonight. There's also a link to the campaign's narrative entitled The Story So Far. Don't forget, you can contribute to the narrative yourself by playing your Manticore character in Forgotten Realms games and by giving in-character speeches. Campaign progress is a list of all members and their current XP totals. This list is sorted by name, not by point total, and is not intended to be a leaderboard. The Magic Shop is where you can view and purchase any one of more than a dozen wondrous items, each of which imparts a benefit within the Forgotten Realms games that will be run this year. My character sheet is the page previously known as my profile. It will soon include a section containing the details you enter for your character, in addition to all the other fun features it currently supports. And don't forget that completing your character sheet is actually worth XP. I'll be checking in each month to see who has filled in roughly half of the fields and awarding quest completions accordingly. My achievements will list your recent quest completions and whether they granted you any XP. And finally, each quest type has its own page listing all of them, along with their requirements. I couldn't have created this system without the assistance of several stellar people, most especially David Carr. As always, I have to thank him for his generosity and brilliance. I also need to credit the makers of Gamey Press, the plugin we use to track our quests and experience. And thank you also to our special on-theme functionaries this evening, including Andrew, Greg, Michael, and Patrick. Thank you also to Andrew, Kathy, Greg, Lucas, Patrick, and Hovey for their contributions to the system's development. And thank you to all of you who I am excited to adventure with in the coming year. Let's work together to trick, slay, or befriend the Manticore, retrieve the treasure, and as always, write, speak, roleplay.